when you 60% were voter region, when you're 80 something percent, 90% were.
Me too, but 20.
I'm talking about Eastern region where you come from. This is uncalled for. Don't hurt those in Ashanti. Because when they get angry, it will affect the final fortunes of the party. Now, when you look at 2008, MPP reduce 57.1%, NDC appreciate 41.1%. Very close, tightly fought. What was that?
Eastern region.
Eastern region as American.
Apuye Mantim.
And this is we beat so Safumafu. And now any other political guru here. Now we're very careful.
So here.
Now 2012, MPP further reduced. Women are 56.9% from 57.1%. Women are 56.9%. NDC appreciate. Women are 42.0%. One said the way I'm fighting because of the presence of the Elvis and the Krobus. Into we say now we are can now share a horn and I can funa nkasakran emu asa chiche. Miami kromebri what the corner politics and NDC for the MPP for emu chiche I can funa nkasa emu chiche. NDC in 2000 they had NDC had 286,012 votes in Ashanti region. Now let's come to voter region. Oh, the same 2000 MPP had 6.8%.
The voter region.
Yes, NDC had 87.5%.
Wow.
But let's look at the voting pattern. NDC had 505,614. MPP had 46,000.
Yes. They don't even cross the 100,000.
Yes.
Within the whole 34,000.
If you want to say about to
actually tell it's true.
That is why it is very dangerous to hurt. Let's go to voter region. 1996. 1996. MPP nya 34,538.
34,000. Oh, voter region.
Voter region.
1996.
1996. Abanom Kotuyen. Now, when we look at Ashanti region, the same 1996, NDC had 412,474.
Oh, Ashanti region.
Ashanti region.
More than even the voter region.
Yes. No, Beba. I am talking about MPP votes. They compare DB.
Okay.
When MPP had 827,804 in Ashanti, NDC had 412,474.
Oh, Chimpe.
Yes, our Ashanti region.
96, no.
Now, 96. Let's come to your friend saying 96, our voter region. And MPP had 34,000 votes. As again 412,000 which they had in the what do you call it Ashanti region. 34,538 votes and MPP 1996. Whereas NDC had 412,474. That's why I said MPP should be very careful. One with the voting pattern between the two regions. When we go to voter region, in terms of tribal way, we see way here, we see way ever, we see way Lolovi, we see way Apafo, we see way here.
Really?
Yes, I've been there and I know. But when they move outside their domain, now they become one. And that is what is reflecting in the voting pattern here.
Okay, I see.
When we feel normal bar, they become one. But when we go then chichemu, but when it comes to politics, they are one. But when we come to the accounts, wherever we move, whether we live in our quarters or domain, you feel called aburichiri, you feel you muachiche. Sana accounts for account for anything. You must split it. When it comes to politics, we be after so the nabi, maybe I'm a peddler. But when it comes to the votarians, they are not like that. Se say cry achichim, am I a voter region? Yes, I want Utino. They behave the same. MPP, when I went to the Uti region, they had only one in Kwanta area, no more one seat view or I can't do Dambai, the seat view or when it's about 2020, they don't have any seat. Then one Uti4 demanded that they wanted what do you call it? A new region. You create Maumo. So they thought say and Koma Banukran, Kombe compensate by retaining the seat. I one seat no more. Bauma the seat in a few moments. 2020 you seat in from them. Was strong.
It's true.
I welcome everybody aboard flight number 233 Huda Radio. The Muninasi. Yaba Sana May Debiano main Twin we want to launch straight into the show. I'm the last week the started series B na honorable Yaw Osafumafo Eko Kan Simbi na asem no anye de no ka asem no akantu asantefo na wonim say Ashanti region so and really the backbone of politics when it comes to MPP and na eye one strong of them backbone. Without them no MPP cannot survive. And in several can them say social media now ko YouTube now ko other platforms digital platforms na wotum say anya manfo de na saa asem no say ko fire the buyer you discuss one so no the way amanfo so mu YouTube no na me say no asem no kan no em say anko nipa bi adwunum ye anya won de because when it comes to politics in Ghana very sensitive. This a wo ye na say wo attack nipa bi a so you're very very careful and you know you can ho asem kakra na ye de koto and it yes ye baba biom na ya san baba twindwino ho ne atua so we will be say identity now de asantefu esi wani so na wo kan asem sana. It is about politics, it's about elections and about voting. And this we are politicians, that's why you're measured in whatever you say. Now I'm meaning who you ankwechira nipa nankasa would do it in one over how long and any effort we will continue to hammer on that. Inti anopain, they say without the Asante votes, the MPP will not win political power. Whether it is true or not, and here you can go into statistics, statistical analysis, and a better you could data into archives. You could election from 1996, 1992. Nasa social media and and data it was not being well kept. Until 1992 data, papa. But we need data no from 1996 to 2020. And I feel so. If you my Eastern region, so I mean say Eastern region, so South Mafufia, the actual figures and they are tally, yeah, they are compare Ashanti region, so yeah, they compare other regions, voter region especially, no, and also Yanshede in Papa. But notwithstanding, we had very strong figures from the voter region and Ashanti region. And I yedi any be near the Eastern region, so kakra. Now, we are politicians, that's all Kasa, we experienced politicians like Honorable Yaw Osafumafo. And so we are a bit careful. Senator, you will not hurt and touch on the sentiment of your own people. I be more to about no idea. And no any of our bedroom you don't want to pay. Now, what are we saying? I don't pay your a special guest who are Fred Mensa. You probably be a friend on social media or friend, Uncle Fred. And also I will studio her. Now and also I pundit both politics and entertainment. And also naba no pay and naba bedroom no pay. And straight into the studio and straight into the issues. Let me launch into it. The question we are asking again and what we are saying again is that without the Asante vote, the MPP will not win election. Now adia baby obi bekes wo na se we di enim down. Me pa chew nipa ne bibiri ho a sa 1996 mo friend di social media chi na what to abasisi no won wo ye na won wo ye nti se ni ayeye no yare ne dia tretre ne dia cheche ono ma bi na wani aba ho so ni ato so bi se wonim so a politicians ne tie obekes wo ade we di enim down na se we enim sa Ashanti region woni kura MPP enim se voter region woni kura MPP. But there is something that will come out of this discussion. Ebemu say, and just because a Santefo and Kura MPP vote in terms of vote, more vote, and as a votarians in the crowd in terms of more vote. But there are some emotional stability when it comes to the two supporters or the two political parties. One is more emotionally stable as in the other. And those are the things that we are going to analyze. We are going to go into it. Now, when we say win him, what the man can say win him. But statistics, yeah, analysis now. Now, bet yes, ye. There to see being so. Say win him so because I'm saying, my friend be 2000 and won. The year 2000 won. And what to about once I did about they don't even actually know. We've been so hard to about, but on Shedding inside 1996. Now, my friend be Biwano said, I make no warrior. Toronto unim. Some of France or Dawson when it comes to electoral voting today. one a door so power about to room. And this is all politicians said American. One of my friends will be DH. You need to listen to history. They say, yeah, you say, Adibia Beno, it's going to be backed by history because I know now boy as I say, young other channel no, Coda Media TV no, say and no group more no. I say this time no, yeah the history ever cancel more. I feel young call assembly. Now let me start from this. Whether we like it or not, I say UK, Labour and the Conservatives. There are other political parties, but these two political parties have become dominant political parties in UK. And this is what we about. Some crowdfunding the way they are when you be winning. When we go to America, there were other political parties who were green on the other. But when we go to the United States of America, there are two political parties, energy in team power. We have the Democrats and we have the Republicans. But there are other political parties where they want to about some crowdfunding. When we come to Ghana, for instance, they say your other political party, your CPP, your LPG, your political parties, PNC, your one now. But MPP and NDC, they say no, about two political dominant parties are one dominant system, two dominant political parties are one dominant system. No, what to about Tembiana, Sanko Futuno, Umubakuni be winning, MPP NDC. We are winning, we be winning. After every 8 years, one year very careful pelco, even 4 years, 1 year or could be 2 if or some baby. And you know, we are going to look at the elections taking into contest these two political parties. Any idea now make an say when we look at the two, one is emotionally stable than the other psychologically. What your MPP for? When it comes to emotional stability, they don't have it. MPP supporters and they are not resolved. When you need to be what to about Maui, and that's what we do it here. What do I do it to the fullest? MPP for yes, sir. Most of them can change their mind at any time. And when it comes to voter apathy, MPP for or hopper, what power is your non to mendicini, but obey make sure some to about Robert Nefi. But if it affects the fortunes of the political party MPP. Nothing beyond where Luciaba. Because he was so focused on what to Abbas and what to Redia and can DC for who bit match on Kakra. And it is a fact. That is an established fact. If you look at Nipane Duongetina, when you look at the Nipa Tuna, MPP for who Duechi, Pa Aya Santifo. And Menkasi other tribes don't to about what to. But because Asantis have the numbers, now what fan say that is their own political party. One what to Abana, so what the council work to Abana what to more. Emma Nkrofu do it. I feel when it comes to the voter region, so for instance, when it comes to voter region, and also South once and block on what to Aba, or two main DC. That is also an established fact. But like I spoke about the emotional stability, what your NDC for supporters were emotionally stable as in MPP. It does not matter what happens to their party. Majority of them stand by the party. We are then Obabe Joe didn't crowd the other side. Who go supporters Babe Chuan Beckham now when we name. Number two, emotional stability. But what you say, and it is not me alone, Obi and Morgana say when NPP for power, it does not matter how hard their officers speak. Wobekasa, Webekasa, Assembly Obeka, Waka, Ubeka say MPP supporters in one tier. But what am I saying? Yami Jawa de Bintum Sisia. Masami Jemfime Kasim Bisisia. What happens is that, strangely, once any NDC phone Becano, and moment sink it more than what the MPP people are saying. Yemisa question back, Nimisasi, in the MPP for now one, Sabi would Nimse, war horn, one party no, Jumebiana. They know. Ubiakasi would Nimse Wuka a lot of Kwan, where you see hospital where we are, Winima. But NDC for Bano Beka or the Adini Gumsisia and Ujo Gumsisia, or MPP for Crowba 1 year here. Sikabe Bribeda and Infanako. Then they have to come and account for say misappropriation Bikranaba. That's the NDC for Beka. And MPP for explanation of a man and Kwasum Papa as if their supporters don't listen to or they don't hear. I am talking about emotional stability and who are some American. And that makes MPP for one say we be stay abang acheno. A bit complicated kakra, dicey. Because supporters in Channel Abemubu, and we tell them see about the analysis here. And we think that Obiti saw Safuma or Safumafu, honorable. So we are paying this answer. we astute in politics, and that's where the politics is here. We are mature. That's a oba. That's a oba cancel. No one cancel me. That's all the assembly wine. That's all you could chew. Nipa na what to about me baby na. One thing you are destroying the political fortunes of our friend then. Who busy? Who destroy? And we see any baby analysis of pay. Ya baby tuyaso. We are part 2 of a Safumafo. But this is going to go strictly into analysis of political voting. And when yeri yanope. Enti makebiu. Where we team ni team. When the dakura we team. And I'm be once ya. Wabati I once wanted that. But when you hear this, at the end of the day, it will guide you politically. Send a you'll be crab a cancer, either so be fast and that's on far. But me, cancer will in to be you, and some of me faster as 6 number. Nintia many abra make a tassim. NDC4 will to me keep one when it comes to Ayampia as in MPP. Here, John Dramani Mahama TV, and you'll be an open. And NDC4 me, I meet a lot of people. And they talk to me behind the scene. A moon pay for the moon get to our party. And you'll be an open John Dramani Mahama, so lead the party. But we hardly hear any person be a public or be a cancer John Dramani Mahama. That is why I'm talking about emotional stability between the two political parties. Had this all been so be baby one thing, no to trouble John Dramani Mahama or one thing. One pen or you see in what cancer Etiano. Because when they do that, they know say it will be a tool. A political tool, a disadvantage for them in terms of a campaign. The MPP for to make know their campaign at Yao. It's one may say, but the MPP for they don't care because one was what the democracy back Ghana and we are saying. Until Obiafo saw an Abino with me can Abino. When it comes to NDC, we a political party member, that's how can someone can you be to suspend you. Officers will go and meet and suspend you from the party. Or remember elected where you with him. We have historical antecedent to what I'm saying. When it comes to MPP, no discipline in the party. When discipline will be into be no pet no ye. Into one casano, we went to Twabo, Musa, or party name. Well, Cabo, Musa, eventually, a walk major elections are now opponent NDC if we use the same words now we see against whoever they use the words against. No, what they don't care talking about the president. They don't care talking about the vice president. They don't care hitting any member of the party who is prominent. But any obia to me hitting keke. We are now for a position for Nenya. Now what they are trouble. That is what makes MPP not stable. But NDC for one tisa. After me since 1992, you have to about Ukrumla. 1992, you have to about MPP for out was a stolen verdict. Rollins Wiemu into Parliament into parliamentary elections 1 year. Presidential or 2 first and to presidential anyway. And in terms of my friend Buma winning history into 1 year. First, number 2, 1 2 in 1 day. Over 2 presidential elections in a year. Or 2 years and some work or 2 parliamentary. Now, what happens was that at the time, whoever wins the presidential election, it also influences the parliamentary. Because Nipa win presidential there. And work of parliamentary easy. When so Nipa don't win into 1992, that was what happened in this country. Or 2 presidential and MPP football or 2 parliamentary was 1 call because there was what they call stolen, the term something stolen verdict. What's that now? You know, to 1 call to about to 1 call. Until we don't have much statistics about that. But 1996, an MPP, a call parliament, fully participated for the first time. First one, 1992. For the late Professor Dubain, not a historian or a history professor at University of Ghana, and what they know quite. You paid D-Nechi, when we need it was when we until 1996, no some call a primary view, and we Professor Dubain in Fiso, no the J. Kufo a buy. What did J. Kufo buy? No, and also 1996, other contest, and the MPP needs single parliamentary candidate. Oh, into what no. MPP won about 68 parliamentary seats for the first time. And we winning what we call parliament. I stand to be corrected anyway. That was 1996. And watch this. In Ashanti region, I'm going to do something. This is where the statistics comes in. Fred, Uncle Fred. Yes. Now, I feel the Baby analysis you contribute from here. Now, in 1996, when MPP contested fully, both presidential and parliamentary, MPP and NDC, there was vote ebi wo eho. Ashanti region, the vote our two won 827,804. That was the vote that came from Ashanti region in 1996. Now NDC had 412,474. That was the vote that came. The vote difference between the two, 415,330. That was 1996. But Enono could not make MPP win elections because there was something. There is a party in B. Enono person make about. That was 1996. Now in the same 1996, in Tisha MPP winning Abano 1996. Onya 65.8% Ashanti region. That was 1996. The NDC had 32.8% Ashanti region. Now, what do we see? Because 1992 one kwaba nintino na participation in sheda nya isa. Nti wo hwa na Ashanti region vote no na wo fam 65% and NDC nya 32.8%. There were other political parties when we put the two together. Also, we need shares in Kitin B, and we could do one. Now, after Yemra, the year 2000, and one after MPP said the Wura Benny Mankasa. J. Kufo SMB beam. When we need 1996, Wakweno was under the baby on in another Danko Kufaro contest. Oh, Sunyane. Fierce, very, very strong contest power. And what J. Kufo said we need. And was handed the baby, so one turn it down. Into one some fanembra, now I'm a turn, not uncle, because Nippon put it down. You could for some baby. Or by look at the vote. First round, and look like 2 rounds. Man, look at the first round. First round, that was 2000. MPP, one Abani increased to 950,597. Now, NDC near 286,012. Now, when you look at this, who say NDC vote no increase, MPP vote no increase, and NDC no esote ba fam because we 1996 we have 415,330. This time around NDC we have 412,474, but this time around we have 286,012. Those are one about MPP so increase from 827,804. Into once one didn't increase to 950,597 into Akoso. That gave MPP an advantage in that election. Uncle Fred, it gave them an advantage. So you realize that 10 MPP Ababe Kosoro, Ashanti region, it gives them an advantage. You remember Eastern region, but me per se is how we may concentrate to answer. Now, when you look at 2004, Nigeria for a president to work on the second term. Work on MPP in 1,404,336,000 and the NDC in 398,572. MPP had gone up by appreciation very high to 1 million zone. And also a reduced MPP NDC for vote to number from. Now when you look at the 2000, the vote difference now is 661,584. That was 2000. So you could see that it has jumped from 415,330 to 661,580. It is more than about half, 100%, increased by 100%. Now when you look at 2004, the vote difference between MPP and NDC was 1,005,761,000. A jump from 661,000. The vote difference now in 2004 was 1 million. So and also a jump by about 400,000. It also gave MPP an advantage in that election. Now Yanko 2008. 2008, that was when MPP was exiting power. Nana Akufo-Addo to contest the election for the first time as a new candidate after J. Kufo. Now, what year 2008? MPP vote no, about 1,219,530. Meanwhile, when you look at 2004 elections now, 1,404,336,000. Now, what MPP vote next we are told by about 200,000 in 2008. This is where I'm talking about emotional stability of the two political parties. So, what 2008 MPP for a party by when never be worthful Ashanti region across the country. What's one to petrol? Obekaya or to two petrol? Obekaya Ashanti region in particular was started to boom for dying our Ashanti region in terms of kiosks and shops. Our KGTia now Mrs. PJ and annoy mayor our Kumasi and Ashanti Funu Bufui. What you taxi drivers Obekaya taxi drivers what you will come be where your demonstrations are who was one to petrol where demonstration and one Bufui. Well, yes, and now I am talking about Satam. The sentiment today, I'm for expressing. You could feel the same sentiment in those days. MPP for Pan and Wakasapa. What to about to me say by figures, and reflecting. Right? Inti Ecosusa, in 1996, which are MPP near 65,000, and this year 32,800 in terms of percentage. Which are 2,000, that is 74.8%. NDC reduced we were near 22.5%. 2004, MPP san appreciate we near 74.0%. NDC be near 21. So you could say na MPP vote now sura neko na MPP the never fem, and then it was giving MPP advantage. 2008, so what here? MPP fee 77%, about 72.5%. NDC increased from 21% to 26%. It gave them the advantage. And when the NDC be winning about 2,000. Then the pattern continues up to 2020. Mesa Bembiu, what is your take on this? Now, Osafuma for a similar kind of, Ofo say one unresolved in here. Ebema MPP for would they do them good or Ebeham won electoral fortunes because Mesa Tuaso ever 2012 up to Mesa Chipin na me di mivia Masande we aba
okay but ebeche wa hwefo obi atiefo nyina
obi anso je so
in fact so come my one semifa politics ni na was statistics to back it up very 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 good.
Yeah,
let me say analysis to I know very brilliant analysis panel. We had the political history of Ghana. A free Kosibuni Baha. Obedi so na Sergeant for Dr. Cabin Cromanson and by Uzia Bay, a champon. A kufu so on the 5th of July 1992 to a champion free hall. 79, Rollins Zubaye, Liman Baye, Rollins Zababy, Rollins Zababy, at Kufu Ba, Mills Suba, Mahama, the Bedouin Kufados, not to say. Eni maybe be a political watcher be a who say ni maybe a cost. Now Omaimu Hano, they be a cancer politics in Ghana in terms of the reference point into any Ashanti region film cra. Omi see here to a hini in all spheres. The same cra banwa. The donor they look at that region. Now the peculiarity of the Ashanti region and no moment to hold on. Yeah, but yeah, so you pakra no onya de so sa as the for money to a champion go here say you government no buy no as MP no
yes a champion so
yes and but MP in charge say because we are liberal people.
But other tribes also want this out. We are not being tribalistic here. But other tribes want this out. When as soon as you come from them and they are stable, one
yes,
whether good or bad.
Yes. So that is what we pretend. Until fortunately, Osho Omaimu Hanswa, because it depends in terms of business in here, Untiminya Ashanti region in Fremont. Commanding power no ain't easy at all. And I Osho Moa and Kraha don't know to say. So Osho political fortunes cry be what certain constituency MPP for aiding Kunima the residents, maybe on tea no orientation. We have a bit to say, Amasamai, Pukasi Trubu near Dadia. Karena had to say MPP in we cry. But the Padu don't know how Ashanti region about Krumha be permanent and they don't know how much so dying. They've all moved from the cities to this place. The Ashanti region and for maybe MPP for vote to be because to be there are particular people who are the ideology behind the party in follow in now. Now we are concentration is on Ashanti region and the reason why it was for Koka Semia I can find the same Briaba I'm saying common ko di ko mboa enya de na ye open space you see e dan e wo aso to nipa ni onipa bia ne abefu firi abai so no bi edi nkomo o wayimu a e se o hwe wo kasa yi ko asase bi ho na ankwa ye da fe de babo ntia na fe abai expose se e ja osafomafo MPP abamo didim ye no bi wadidim pa ye no bi se be ye papa ro omo abomodin I can't remember 1979 na me file posters okumasi for Victor Usu alata for room constituency mbapa na ye organize ni nyina 1979 ye file posters abakum dwumune for room nya ye file posters for the PFP now here UN for buy no so who problem on binya ye split ye yes I can 1979 okay no so and can for the PFP for kombeko it always democracy ni me bi o ha na opanyi bi funu be ka assembly e distort history kakra e be ma indigenous no do no boafu na me hwe press conference bi na indigenous of the Ashanti Union ni no mo ka papa be pa chaw because the Ukraine nyami MPP without Ashanti region is not a party in terms of the voting population.
Woman say I can for not woman be to true. But in terms of numbers, woman Ashanti is in the doors.
Yes, I'm in the doors.
So we share kwapen for your numbers no new Ashanti for. We share fanti for na on kwa umu achiche numbers no my accounts but the news are but woman so emu achiche. When you look at the account blocks now there are splits woman see Ashanti for no. That is a fact, but we will be about no actually we do at but no credit
travel policy.
We finish with the sizes. You better come be you baby you know people were
it is open now say tama o man ye prefer who die efri kwesi boni nsem no the Ashanti didn't come near here but our from find chose because the history no edao you can't distort history o say ha no on pempi no aya na oral history does into as it goes from one you know it changes
yeah
but there documented there untimi emfanya in so can say ya and you made a very valid point say apathy 2024 for see that so man ho adwuma
yeah
apathy me do party no me na me to mo bia ne me ko giran kwara makako in 2020 no e bi bam
yeah eba
yes eba because
mame
yes
mame when you look at 2012 for instance when they went to the court after the election MPP increasing from 1.219 530 to 1.5 31152 that is 1.5 million from 1.2 MPP increase NDC o show mabana almost woman increase because now voting numbers no adults but woman increase marginally 612,000 and that still gave NDC an advantage because they were previously 2008 they were 437,243 well be 612,616 so we increase
200
MPP increase do which almost half of NDC numbers but still NDC basro and when you look at the percentage shares now it was 28%. So anytime NDC cross 25% beyond, it begins to pose a problem for MPP.
Yes.
Now when you look at percentage a year, the same 2012 and the NDC MPP it decreased from 72.5% to 70.9%. So anytime NDC be pushy, it is our watch here. Time be NDC struggle what you had said they want to cross 25% mark because they know. And that is what they know. So anytime they cross 25% mark piano, it gives some kind of trouble or problem for MPP. And when so they had 28.4%. MPP reduced about 7, even though they increase in nominal terms, in terms of figures, they reduce in percentage. So it affected them in 2012 somehow, even though in now when you look at 2016 when another one, MPP increased from 1.5 million to 1.646949 in terms of figures. NDC reduced from 612,615 to 494,242. Now, when it comes to percentage, MPP increased from 70% to 76.3%. And then NDC reduced from 28.4% to 23.0%.
Wow.
That was why Nanadu won massively.
In 2016, no?
2016.
Yeah, 2016, in winning, there was several factors.
Yes.
From the outfall of the 2012 13 court case, you know.
Yes.
Sympathy by.
It's sympathy by MPP for supporters because emotionally unstable. Once a sympathy by this time around, we are in 2012 into a all around and we move. 2020, who can see me say apathy by. Now look at 2020. The vote increased by 1,793,773. That it increased though. But
now registered population is saying.
Registered population.
If you ask a factor, no can hold.
Yeah, population.
Ashanti region.
When we look at Ashanti region, it was 3,019,178. That was Ashanti region. What you say?
Yes.
Now the total when here that is 17,027,641
registered voters. The whole Ghana.
The whole Ghana.
And Ashanti region,
3 million.
That's registered voters.
Registered voters.
And I have doesn't vote to you that you know.
Wait, I'm talking about valid in American.
Valid votes.
Yes.
I'm for vote.
Yes. Valid. And then I
valid registration here saying. So they make
total valid voters and total valid voters in
3,500,000.
Yeah, 3,119,000. That is 3,019,000
valid voters.
Yeah, valid voters.
Yeah, valid registered.
No. Valid voters. Not valid registered. Valid voters.
Yes, better me registration. Only pay register or just something. You know, who find here? If you know who. If I don't know, we are to right now. No.
Where you valid voters,
okay.
Those who are valid to vote. That means that those who have registered and they are valid to vote.
Okay, all right, okay.
What you are saying?
Okay.
So
on that
valid,
day, no.
Yes. So on that day, no. When you look at the two, look at the share MPP had. Out of the
3 million.
1,793,773. And NDC nya 600. That is 652. That is 652,000.
What kind is in MPP before the one?
Kabum Sisia.
Kabum Sisia. Value ni be much. Sorry.
1793.
1793. 773.
And plus 652.
Plus 652.
Yes. 962.
962.
Yes.
2446.
Yes.
2446735.
That is
the free. Yes,
2446. 2446
431.
431. Right.
Minus 301.
Yes.
3019.
Yes. 178.
178.
500.
Deliver 572,000. And Uncle vote huge.
Okay, what the woman fights woman vote too. But LPG needs uncle for us. Omo ye in Kitinkitimbi and spoil ballot near the Ensun Kitinkitimbi. Okay, but in 500, yes, in 500,000. We are looking at about a difference of 500,000. But out of this, I'm telling you, say, over 200,000 up at the woman control.
So that's where the problem lies.
Yes,
it is a penny or MPP one answer BBC. When you are attacking a region, a mao timenya minister edi, a mao manum timenya juma eye more. Obeka some phone say anasa and someone enya papa e form who say omo yeba ye Ghana na omo nka ho a ye and people full pain.
Shadi bia mekaya me say ema MPP for omo very careful. Let's go to voter region. You hear baba easy.
Okay,
let's go to voter region. 1996. 1996. MPP nya 34,538.
34,000. Oh, voter region. 1996.
1996. Abanom Kotuyen. Now, when we look at Ashanti region, the same 1996, NDC had 412,474.
Oh, Ashanti region.
Ashanti region.
More than even the voter region.
Yes. 19. No, Beba. I am talking about MPP votes. They compare DB.
Okay.
When MPP 827,804 in Ashanti, NDC had 412,474.
Oh, Chimpe.
Yes, our Ashanti region.
96 no.
Now, yeah, 96. Let's come to your friend saying 96. Our voter region. And MPP had 34,000 votes. As again 412,000 which they had in what do you call it, Ashanti region. 34,538 votes and MPP 1996, whereas NDC had 412,474. That's why I said MPP should be very careful. One with the voting pattern between the two regions. When we go to voter region, in terms of tribal way, we see Fia, we see Eve, we see Luluvi, we see Fia Apafo, we see Fia really? Yes, I've been there and I know. But when they move outside their domain, they become one. And that is what is reflecting in the voting pattern here.
Okay, I see.
When we feel no mobile, they become one. But when you go then chichemu, but when it comes to politics, they are one. But when you come to the accounts, wherever we move, whether we live in our quarters or domain, you feel called aburichire, you feel you muachiche. Sana accounts for account for it. You must split it. When it comes to politics, we be after so the nabi, maybe I'm a pedestal. But when it comes to the votarians, they are not like that. Say cry achichim, am I a voter region? Yes, I want Utino. They behave the same. MPP, when I went to the Uti region, they had only one in Kwanta area, no more one seat view. I can't do Dambai. Let's seat view on. When you say about 2020, they don't have any seat, both in Uti and both in a voter region.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Uti 4 demanded that they wanted what do you call it, a new region. You create my so they thought say and Kauma Banukran, Kombe compensate by retaining the seat. I one seat no more. Bauma the seat in a few moments. 2020 you sitting from them.
So prior to the 2016 most of the constituencies in MP before winning, you know.
Yes.
Now I say hanging. Yes, because I said maybe because we have difference now. If you correct me, it'll be 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. And now there. And I will say Ashanti region. So if you consider their population in terms of the presidential side now.
Yes.
The whole region, it me conquer 20.
To me, about 40 constituency that gives MPP an advantage.
Yes.
Now let's
on the presidential side.
Yes,
but not the
parliamentary.
Yes.
On the presidential side, not the parliamentary. Now when we look at the 1996 now, when we look at the percentage, MPP had what do you call it? NDC had 94.9%. In 1996, whereas MPP 1996, I also a stronghold by MPP, only 65.8%.
Wow!
But NDC had 94.9%. So you can tell. Me say about NDC nya 690,421, MPP nya 34,000. 1996. So when we say Romutu about it, meanwhile, we say.
Taking
voter region.
Taking away all the electoral frauds.
Yes, this is the official results. Now let me go back. Let me go forward. 2000. If you look at 2000, MPP had 74% in its stronghold, which is Ashanti region. 74.8%. NDC had 22.5%.
Okay.
But let's look at the numbers. MPP had 950,000, blah, blah, blah. That gave them 74%. NDC, in 2000, NDC had 286,012 votes in Ashanti region. Now let's come to voter region. The same 2000, MPP had 6.8%.
The voter region.
Yes, NDC had 87.5%.
Wow.
But let's look at the voting pattern. NDC had 505,614. MPP had 46,000.
Yes. They don't even cross the 100,000.
Yes.
Within the whole 34,000.
If you want to say about to
actually tell it's true.
That is why it is very dangerous to hate or stronghold.
It's true.
It is very dangerous for MPP say obe head to stronghold. It's very, very dangerous. I am comparing the two because these are the true opposing side. Obi a wese no to na bafa. Whether we like it or not, OT and voter region. Say no to whether we like it or not, MPP any Ashanti region. Say no beto omaba. Na ye beba Eastern region. Ni ahwade. When we come to Eastern region, the reason why I'm concentrating on Ashanti, when we come to Eastern region, it's not the same. But I'll come there so that we can make proper analysis and judgment of what we are doing. Let's finish with this. 2004, you go back to Ashanti region. 2004, Ashanti region, Kufuor time, 1 million. That was the first time MPP 1 million votes.
Second term.
Second term. Now, when you look at the percentage shares, that was 2004. NDC had 90%, 90.0%, so and the MPP had 9.0%. Now let's look at the shares of the numbers. The MPP had 100,707 votes.
Oh, voter region.
Voter region. NDC had 619,000 and 43.
Which means, say, okay, the average now. Constantly from 96, 2000,
yes.
The average, between MPP and voter region, so about 500,000.
Yes, 500,000. But when we go to Ashanti region vote, it's not like that. Baby, if you are economy after 2008, and I feel Gabu started training. But no crowd, NDC vote in the world, only 100,000. But NDC, sister, can you imagine the vote difference in here more than 500,000, like you said?
Very, very big.
Now, percentage shares, MPP 9%, 9.0%, NDC 90.0%. The gap is big. Now let's go to 2008. You call 2008 in here. MPP, and 102%. You only had about 2,000 votes in addition to the previous one after 4 years. Now look at NDC. NDC 548,999, almost 550,000 votes. And also percentage 89.2% for NDC and 8.9% for MPP. Into woman in Amino, MPP reduced by 1%. NDC reduced by about 0.8%.
That's 2008.
2008.
Second round and answer first.
First round.
First round or no?
Yes. First round.
This is the first round or no? There was something happened.
Yes.
You
see, so what am I saying? When you look at the voting pattern, the gap between MPP and NDC, between the two regions now, NDC, I am not gap no soon. As soon. Even though you were man from Ashanti region, come back to Tuafra, but Gabono, Esonodo. When we go to voter region, we still have the accounts and those they are all there. They be a more, but I am not so much. But Gabono, Eson. So that should also tell you, say, are very sensitive to touch a particular group of people. Maybe we are member Eastern region. After they just supposed to after 2012, the same voter region. What you Ashanti region? MPP 1.5 million. 300 that is 152,000 votes. That is 1.531 million 152,000 Ashanti region. 2012. NDC Binya 612,616 thousand votes. Now let's come to voter region. 2012 MPP nya 46,942. NDC nya 579,208.
So almost the same as that of the 2008, you know.
Yes. So look at the gap. 46,000 as against 570. Yeah. You're more than 500 something.
MPP complained of electoral fraud. I want to call court to change the voting party.
I want to call court to rule say if we win it. So the emphasis say we win here. But the question is that when constantly their voting pattern doesn't change. 500,000 gap with the bedroom. When people be struggle answer Romania, woman all be 600,000 be normally about wipe BB now for balance sheet na kwa ye kakra. So when we are paying now kasa, no kasa yi. who can say a particular
those
group.
Those there were some constituencies we are K2
South
and the Batman.
Yes, K2 South. To Batman, she also near and you'll be and no boom, no boom. To almost that the Batman at the end of the year, no matter
the specifics.
Yes,
you have got 2020. You see, 2020 elections, should be a turning point for all the political parties.
Yes, I feel my member 2016. When you look at 2016, MPP had 60,802 votes. I will vote region
from 46,000 to 60.
Yes, to 60. To my idea, kakra, mako many. NDC, enya 493,000.
It reduced. 2016. Because of NMB.
Yes.
Electoral reforms.
So my voting difference, therefore 432,339. That was the difference.
Okay.
Now, when you look at it in terms of percentage, MPP for the first time, 10.8%. 20
voter region. That's right.
Voter region. And NDC.
We are comparing two strongholds of
the
strongest parties in Ghana.
Strongest parties in Ghana.
Yes, so we are one question.
We are not by statistics. Our suffering for funeral cockans are 7.
Okay.
Now the news about pitching. Now, when you look at it, NDC 87.7%. Now 2020, MPP increased from 60,000 for the first time to 101,084 votes.
100% increase.
Yes, from 60,000. Yes, almost. From over 40,000 votes. 80%. From 60,802,000. And now increase it to 101,084.
Good.
And NDC, 606,000.
But I also appreciate you.
You also appreciate it. 500,000. Once a constant as a social. And sister, MPP are increasing, but almost almost I appreciate it from 493,000. One baby 606,000. 242 to almost 500,000.
Constant. So for the average on the any electoral day, yes, yeah, you have a 500,000 ball.
But when you come to MPP in a church, it varies.
So that's
when you come to vary.
So any kind of electoral misfortune will be able to be.
Yes, I feel you. When you look at the percentage again, NDC 84.8%. That is 84.8%. And 2020, MPP now that is 14.40%. Though may increase, we reduce it, but still for the 500,000 constant. That's more.
Wow!
But MPP, once the NDC has never come down to 80%, that 94.9%, 87.5%, 90.0%, 89.2%.
Oh, the electoral.
Yes, from 1996. Until 1996, 94.9%. 2000, 87.5%. 2004, 90.0%. 2008, 89.2%. For NDCU, now 2012, 94.4%. And 2016, 87.7%. 2012, 84.81%. That is NDC from 1996. Now let's go back to MPP. Variations. When we look at MPP, Ashanti region. Now 1996, 65.8%. 2000, 74.8%. 2004, 77.0%. 2008, 72.5%. 2012, 70.90%. 2016, 76.3%. And then 2020, 71.4%. MPP has never crossed 80%.
Wow.
MPP has never crossed 80% from 1996 to date. NDC constantly, the least they have had is 84.8%. This is what makes it very dangerous for MPP. And they need to be very careful. And extremely careful when it comes to hurting your own strongholds. Hurting your stronghold. Mama repeat it. Ebiano Biantini. Me say 1996. MPP in terms of percentage 65.8%. That was 1996. 2000 74.8%. 24, that is 204, 77.0%. 208, 72.5%. 2012, 70.9%. 2016, 76.3%. 2020, 71.4%. Then come down to NDC again. NDC to 1996, 94.9%. 2000, 87.5%. 2004, 90.0%. 2008, 89.2%. 2012, 91.4%.
Consistent.
26, very consistent. 2016, 87.7%. And then 2020, 84.81%. NDC consistently from 90, they have never even come down to even either one month below 80% that. But MPP has also not been able to cross even beyond 85%. We know 85% rather. This is very dangerous for a party like this. For you to hurt your stronghold members. Osafumafo did not try. And he needs to apologize and apologize again. Or the apology, but the apology must be rendered again. Or the fine there. By this time, so go to for or try letter. So try so be not try so not try you. I don't even know. Uncle Freddy, have you seen how dangerous it is for MPP?
Very, very dangerous. Because see, apart from that, the Ashanti project, Yura Mills, Yamifa Cranes, or Tia Sajosi, no.
Yes.
All those projects, some of them are still hanging. Say, look, so open home pool. So all kinds of constituency, you know, you need to develop there in terms of because when I'm numbers, I'm more better about.
Yes.
I'm what me. I'm what this I do. What do you want?
Yes.
What am I Ghana for? You know. Oji 2 minutes now the Oji are not they spread it. You know they are Ghana for you now. So come on, they are complaining say yes, Accra is the capital, but quite all the big projects nah. A bit me ama abansa abamina is always ongoing in Accra, with the exception of Nansenya Amutomo Atabamukoya interchange B and the crowd automatically almost in interchange just overpass.
That's all my EB.
So they are complaining. Black people are complaining of friends say some runabout. So for like me I premier college anymore. Plus a walk and small places be at so to me ABA. To say who have all these deficits. When them or a cash cow and they do elections and go there or and then the electorate, you know, they are becoming very sophisticated. In terms of the voting pattern.
I feel my mentor idea. Now let me come back to it. Volta region is one of the most least developed areas in Ghana. Jerinya had an opportunity 19 years to be due almost. That is why I'm talking about emotional stability of the two political parties and how they react to issues. When you look at the two parties, I have said it and I'll repeat. Me say NDC is more emotionally stable than MPP. When we say Asamana baby, I would fever. Mema kokumase. Akun asphalt rules are here, normal here, but still and so the PBN. Yes, they are right to also complain. Right? I feel my memory masemso. Volta region is the least developed areas in Ghana. NDC D or Mubia, but you don't see to develop the place. But woman is a woman a bibi crack with you, normally a crab to bibi crack with so many flag saying no and in conformance to Saban. It is no good. It doesn't help development. Unfortunately, you know, some conference or moto sabano. Say Uba, one conference development as a Uba. That's a Uba. What with the pressure to say one neglect woman. Toba Fede yes, I didn't be. When MPP came to office, Mekai, now almost they have been left like in Yanka. Now MPP had left them like aliens in the country, which is not true. When we go to Volta, we go and see the development that are going on there, and they know.
Then if all these are going there,
me see they know because you know I've traveled a lot.
Political communicators in political info no. You see, and then no say yeah, the better than for no. I can just Google and then
Uncle Fred, my politics is more localized. I've been telling the politicians, me see it's more localized than having the nationalistic view. enti me tie ya de ma me mpatemu a me wo ne hu enti me koto aba no so na ese me enyi so obi be ka kire me answer. That's how politics supposed to be. And you be on nothing can on call than obi be ka kire no asa no kotra radio so aka na wa wo mpatemu no hu ye hwe wonim Esikuma junction
be ba Esikuma
there be okwa yi ya Esikuma junction wo voter region wo fa wa wo de call your friend say hohoi wo fa sa kwan so a utum ni kosi hohoi Saudi area mo masa me say one of the best rules you can find in this country. What you my kwan? Me ma first from 2017.
Only from white time.
Me say my kwan no. Wo my kwan no. Me ma kofa
from white time no my kwan.
This very regime.
And so me enya na waka.
This very na you tell me ya no me kwan.
Enya na kan me nim.
Aha, ba me fa. Saudi obi otie me bia nim Saudi kwan no ho akọ we. Wo my kwan no. Me say me wo videos bebre wa caterpillar si so
do papa so do na
me say do papa si wo eno no wo we kwan no e wo KJB achi wo me say wo my asphalt me wo videos ni na wa
wow
wo my ni na asphalt in Kwanta road wo my asphalt 50 something kilometers wo my asphalt me twa de crowd to Facebook and obi be didi matem ho wo my ni na. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that we are one petem one me say from KJB to Hohoi. Me say first na nam kwan so. E betume take you be almost 1.5 hours. We twa kwan. The last time I call it took us 35 minutes. Wow. If KJB ni edu your friend say. Fi KJB ko Hohoi. First no me say it take almost 2 hours. Kwan na say me say the last time I call it take 35 minutes from KJB roundabout to Hohoi ni ewura kuru num. Akpafo ni ewura lolobi ni ewura ho. It took us 35 minutes to 40 minutes in a room. First, it took me almost 2 hours. What am I crying? There were videos were made to Facebook. What am I saying? Uncle Fred, Nipa de nam sa crying so. So, into whom I got to about someone said as soon as I was shut out to about. And this will be back at you on Saturday. But I'm saying that baby or my being saying you're too aba. It does not matter what you do for us, we don't care.
Yes.
And one thing I say, Osafo Mafu no ye no, one ye. After me, you're rounding up. Now for Yanshadi. Eastern region, you ever call statistics and also in terms of percentage. We are running up because figures in the yard also.
I'm paying for no mode of communication.
Yes.
We say crowd recording we got chair on and it was on tape. We got show they deny saying your own by voice express.
Oh, yes.
Me voice me were quiet me fast okay. Dear. Oh, ambience. Jacob who say
I said akuto
I say
obakunsa be onu akuto free ana
akuto say
so the voice be about what
I'm say voice be about
won't hear
but me what voice now so much you just say any obehu Ojankopon boy in such a way say obi abekasa bia there's a small breath beneath
you have the voice in bema now we expecting it
I mean
we next I will not be deny we know or no we come and discuss it. Now let's get to where Osafo Mafu comes from, Eastern region. Now Eastern region, I know cosmopolitan mix. Nti one e dice kakra. Sebi. Ye nuanu mai gbufu romu hopa.
Because of Adoni
hopa. You've taken chunk of the land. Ometiwo. Omo nye settlers, omo ye indigens, ometiwo. Because watra ho e one e japade ni bibia ho nti okan. Ye nuanu krobofo, omo so ohobi. Ansa na chimfo aba ansa na kuapemfo aba when you look at your kwafo when you look at the pure accounts na wona kwafo achimfo ene kuapemfo but the indigens na wo ho no wo hwa ubohu say ayifo no so no mache in terms of numbers krobofo no ene ayifo no mache from 1996 wo mo nhyeda nto aba ma krobofo no ayi wo mo nhyeda nto aba ma MPP sa
labi
I feel me because we Eastern region and this Ashanti region, our mumu chiche bebre nintino. I'm voting on a very dicey. 1996, MPP now 43.5%.
The whole region.
MPP. But we should want to account for Inka. Young Faso Sapma for 43.5%.
In 1996.
1996, NDC 55.4%.
Wow.
1996, Okay.
That's what you so both presidential and parliamentary system we need another presidential for.
We need a presidential.
Okay.
But it translates into parliamentary. That's how the margin is very slim. And now, when you look at and I will say a presidential,
which means that percentage,
yes.
When you go into their parliamentary, normally more than that of them.
Yeah, they were because the whole Ghana, MPP had about 68 seats in parliament.
1996.
Yeah, 1996. So obviously, NDC had more votes because 1992 woman got 200.
That was 200.
Yeah, 200. Yes, near 200. The NDC had more votes, seats in parliament than MPP because 1992 woman couldn't affect 1996. After 2000, this is where MPP started to show class. MPP now 52.8%.
Yes.
NDC now 43.4%. What am I saying? If you compare Ashanti region, where they go beyond 70, around 70 or 70, then when you look at here, it's all careful because NDC for almost 52.8% as against 43.4%. MPP NDC. Now you go 2004. MPP now 60.3%. NDC now 38.4%. For the way compare voter region. When you're 60%, well, voter region, when you're 80-something percent, 90%, I'm talking about Eastern region where you come from. This is don't hurt those in Ashanti. Because when they get angry, it will affect the final fortunes of the party. Now, when you look at 2008, MPP reduce 57.1%, NDC appreciate 41.1%. Very close, tightly fought. What was that?
Eastern region.
Eastern region as well, American. And this is a bit so safumafu. And now any other political group here. Now it's all very careful.
So here.
Now 2012, MPP further reduced. Women 56.9% from 57.1%, women 56.9%. NDC appreciate women 42.0%. One said the way I'm fighting again, because of the presence of the Elvis and the Krobus. Into we say now we are canning now share a horn and I can fund and Casacran in one side chiche. Miami Krumebri, what the corner politics and the NDC for the MPP for in Wachiche, I can fund and Cassan in Wachi. Who could happen Sata? Azuminu, MPP 11,800, NDC 7,400. Have you seen how close it is? Because of Sa Kofone TTT one, Okoha, Krobofu, Sebiebes, and Nothingness, woman now Grum, and send a Grum of Nankasi Gona, where you could happen for us. Woman sang a chakam. But when you go to the votarians and the voter region, one is how. It is all of Safuma for Nakasa, very careful. After 2016. MPP appreciate no 62.4%, and NDC bar from 36.4%. And at 2020, MPP send reduce no by 60.4%, and NDC send jump no 38%. So when you look at them, a party now, anytime be MPP, Beba from Biano, now Santa region Beba from Kakram, now MPP who actually. That is what. Of all the elections in Abano.
Maybe I need to vote BT MPP, the smaller margins for
yes, very.
But for the whole idea.
Yes. But NDC Burma almost call them big, especially in their strongholds across the northern regions and then the voter regions.
And then when it comes to 1 year, in a consequence around the
because already the people go from that. And I mean, who say Ghana for us? My friend say, the two political parties now. I'm not for to me full MPP. It does not matter what.
Because their expectations are very high.
Yes.
So at least mobile should be able to perform. So mobile performance and I'm going to look. The variables are attached to this. A lot of people forget that the free HHS.
Yes.
The one they say
also
yes, they don't care about they say on twin to petrol, on twin enter the teacher about strike. And they are and said okay. Everybody should be very careful in terms of how they approach things getting to 2024. And I've said, so in 2024, I'm doing an analysis when I'll publish it myself on my wall. 2024. How are you going to sustain it? And I've seen say both political parties in now presidential candidate is going to be one issue.
Yeah.
So MDC President Mahama Ba, according to our constitution, Okono 4 years away. But I go for business challenge say obetuma ko 4 years after akobiam. Because they will say very dicey, and then I think there's so be the Supreme Court now interpret it.
Before the you know,
I will do her. And then Usha MPP someone to say Oman Kasa strategy church or yes. We can't we can't say economy and we say we're incompetent. I feel about in dollar no credit cost. How are you going to defend that one? We see new one being here, new paradigm shift. Ubi for visu band, but across all banners no. The cast sometimes related to the public and so if he's coming to be a president, Ubi see back on so banners so no send any constituency. Are you presenting our constituency? It's a whole mix
complex
and I guess I you check the same be to the sense of you crime it say vice president and I know he told when he was the secretary to the had to give him a chance to be part of the because MPP I told you about 5 years as a member as but we know on bypass man
no Kwabre Japan man no into
no so Kwabre Japan na kase or he told the yes I no
okay
but no a command certain privileges yes people thought say he was abusing his office
okay
the second man is hanging so say otie komodia economy papa ebe jegu mo say Ashanti region Ghana development in terms of independence no and maybe so age jegu one so obi ejhwe tware ho so the political fortunes of 2024 nyamepa ebeye very interesting. The next it will be very interesting.
But who say MPP for one or kasa more sing NDC?
Yes, I'm kasa more because I say per the voter of the MPP no. I don't feel say liberalism no why much no. On got 10 years so some farm house we already know they have been tagged as an account party.
Yes.
As I know and people are going to play it by the opponent. They are going to play it against when you choose the person. Because so the statistics of the presidential and this is for not tell me on presidents everywhere the neighbor the vice president in the BD all is quite a time is nearby a time is in your one by John Mahama na John so afa ayi ti dey fed say John kra ba be 4 years now to me we need 2024 no the next in command no oba na obefa no so one obefa no
let's on we take over
yes yeah so announce MPP for no so kire say adeni edomo buzia danko buzia so the buzia side has been gay kufo
yes danko
kufado so edu dombo side there and that is where
the contention
so in 2024 religion is going to play a part.
Okay.
Tradition is going to play a part.
Okay.
Wakasa no kind of when you say who are one
and this will be play
and this will be play part
and our records
oh now see I wrote an article the entanglement.
Okay.
So so what you are now doing akasa what you for dia chicho ka da ka boni bi any few but yes someone can proud to 2020 no and 2016 no and no amount for a plane the social media people are playing back and they say on Joe and Nims Rollins and I was so I was
my download you issue
was it coming events their shadows.
Yes.
Lima wa sharp all that time no. Because set on go yes no. Who said am film no. O medu we bi na captain chikata tipi pejo ka mu. I Rollins di moto di na ji. O mu clean one na o mo sa ndane o mo. At that time Rollins you show villages no. Or start
he visited villages. Now, Obisa, so how do you find the situation? Are you happy about what is happening? Now,
then psych up their mind.
Yes.
So only and on the cliche, the peoples,
Yeah.
the peoples,
Yes.
the people. And one of these
I will not sit down for the people to go to.
yes, that's right. I need hardship. I need something for my peoples. And that thing is still being played. Now say
said they were talking about Adriana Boydin.
Yes.
Inflation was over 100%.
The same thing I happened.
Freddie, let's reserve it.